Hello everyone, today we are going to take a very basic but interesting topic of ecosystem ecology, and this topic is mainly concerned about how energy transfer takes place in natural ecosystems. Okay, and in energy transfer you are mainly concerned about whether energy transfer in ecosystems take place according to some established laws of thermodynamics or not, and we will briefly discuss the 10% law. Okay, and before we can understand these concepts in a good way, first of all, I feel that you must be aware about food chains and food webs. And so today our focus is food chain. Okay, you know that in any ecosystem, in most of the ecosystems rather, the producers, which are plants, they constitute the first trophic level. The plants are then eaten by herbivores, which constitute the second trophic level, and the herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. They constitute the third trophic level, and these carnivores can in turn be eaten by some other carnivores, which constitute the fourth trophic level, and so on. Thus, you see that in any ecosystem, a number of trophic levels or feeding levels are created. Okay. So if you have to simply define what is a food chain, you can define it like this: the flow of energy through a series of populations in an ecosystem in which one organism eats another organism and that organism is in turn eaten by another organism. This forms a food chain. Okay, or simply stated, we can define it like this: the transfer of food from plants through a series of organisms with repeated eating and being eaten is called a food chain. And the example, and the simplest example of a food chain is here: you are having grass and that is eaten by a herbivore, which is a grasshopper, and that grasshopper is later on taken by, it is eaten by frog, and the frog is taken by snake, and the snake is finally eaten by either hawk or eagle. Okay, and each step in a food chain, each feeding level in a food chain, this is called a trophic level. Okay, this is called a trophic level. Some important remarks about food chains. Some important point is that you have to always remember about food chains. uh, the first important point is that weaker organisms are attacked by stronger organisms. The second important point is the number of organisms is reduced at each higher trophic level, but the size of the organism increases. For example, you are having grass that is taken by grasshopper, and grasshopper is taken by frog, and the frog is taken by snake. Let me tell you that the number of frogs are larger, the number of frogs is more as compared to the number of snakes. Okay, you could be having 10 snakes in an ecosystem, but you can have hundreds of frogs. Okay, but the size of frogs is small as compared to the size of snakes. This is what exactly is the meaning of this line. Okay, the number of steps in a food chain is limited to 4 to 5. ठीक है, ये चीज़ आपको याद रखनी है, because in ecosystems only 10% of energy flows from one trophic level to another trophic level, and the 90% energy dissipates in the form of heat to the surroundings. And that is why in any ecosystem you can hardly have more than 5 trophic levels, because if you are having more trophic levels, it means the energy cannot reach to the top level, the energy cannot reach to the top carnivore level. Okay, and simply you can say that ecosystems are not able to sustain for more than 5 trophic levels, because almost 90% of energy goes to the surroundings from when energy transfer takes place from one trophic level to another trophic level. जब energy transfer होती है from one trophic level to another trophic level, only 10% energy transfer takes place, and the rest 90% energy goes to the surroundings in the form of heat. Okay, flow of energy is unidirectional. It means energy can flow in only one direction. For example, sun, the energy of sun is taken by plants, plants are eaten by herbivores are eaten by carnivores are eaten by secondary carnivores, tertiary carnivores, and so on and so forth. Okay? It cannot go backwards. The energy cannot flow. A herbivore cannot eat a carnivore. Okay? This is against the laws of nature. Okay? Energy transfer always takes place in ecosystems in one direction only. And the omnivores, that means those organisms which can both eat plant material and flesh, they can occupy more than one trophic levels. Okay, they can have more than one trophic levels. Just like humans, we are having more than one trophic level. We are herbivores as well as carnivores. The first type of food chain. Now types of food chain. The first type of food chain is the grazing food chain. The grazing food chain, it starts from the green plants. Then the green plants are taken by grazing herbivores, and then the herbivores are taken by carnivores. Okay, and grazing food chains are present in those ecosystems which have a continuous influx of solar energy. That means those ecosystems which continuously receive sun's energy, they are known to have grazing food chains. And in grazing food chains, this type of food chain, it depends on autotrophic energy capture. That means plants capture energy from the sun, and this captured energy, it further moves to the other organisms like herbivores and then the birds. Okay, and in most of the ecosystems, grazing food chains operate. Okay, because almost every ecosystem receives sun's energy, so it is obvious that almost every ecosystem, they support the grazing food chain. क्योंकि हर एक ecosystem में energy जाती है, sunlight जाती है, so it is obvious that there are plants, and when there are plants, grazing food chain is inevitable. Okay, and there are some simple examples of grazing food chains. The first one is you are having aquatic grazing food chain. Okay, you are having aquatic grazing food chain. In aquatic grazing food chain, the first trophic level is phytoplanktons, which are eaten by zooplanktons, and zooplanktons are eaten by fish, and fish is eaten by a crocodile. Okay, this is the simplest example of aquatic grazing food chain. And likewise, you can have terrestrial grazing food chain. For example, you are having a grassland, and that grassland is having contains grasses. The grasses are eaten by rabbits are eaten by foxes, and foxes are eaten ultimately by lions. Okay, this is the simplest example of terrestrial grazing food chain. Okay, now the parasitic food chains. The parasitic food chains, they also start from the green plants, and the food then goes to the herbivores, and then at the herbivore level you are having parasites. The herbivores are parasitized by some parasites, and these parasites can in turn be parasitized by other parasites which are known as hyperparasites. That means those parasites which are parasitic to the parasites, they are known as hyperparasites. And here you can say that the food chain, it proceeds from the larger to the smaller organisms. Okay, for example, here you are having green plants which are eaten by herbivores, and herbivores support parasites, and these parasites in turn can support a number of parasites which are known as hyperparasites. The example is, the simplest example is a tree which supports birds. Birds, they are parasitized by bugs and lice, and they can be hyperparasitized by fungi and bacteria. Okay, then the last type of food chain is detritus food chain. This type of food chain, it starts from dead organic matter, which is known as detritus, and this dead organic matter, it can be either the dead remains of plants and animals, or it can be the excreta or wastes of the plants and animals. And this dead organic matter, which is known as detritus, it is eaten by some organisms which are known as detritivores. Okay, they are known as detritivores. Here you can see some of the detritivores organisms. For example, you are having bacteria, you are having slime molds, you are having actinomycetes, fungi, protozoa, insects, mites, and worms. These are all those organisms which feed on the dead organic matter, which is known as detritus. Okay, and then these detritivores organisms, they are in turn eaten by some other organisms. Okay, and these organisms in turn can be eaten by other organisms, and the chain continues.